Hey, what's up guys? I'm Praetorian.
And Jynx here.
And welcome to Age of Wonders 4 on the PlayStation 5. So some of you guys may recall we played Age of Wonders Planetfall. On that series we did the hot seat where I played one civilization and Jynx played another. And we decided not to do that this time, even though the game does feature hot seat. We're not going to do it this time just because if you guys remember, if you watched that series, it resulted in the turns taking a really long time since we both had to, make all our decisions and do our battles and stuff. Just didn't fit well with the Let's Play format. So while Planetfall took the series into a more kind of sci-fi setting, a little bit of fantasy, but definitely a little bit more sci-fi, Age of Wonders 4 is returning to the fantasy setting. And so far, I'm really liking it. I'm digging this game. So I'm excited to show you some of the features of it. We're just going to hop on into a new game here.
Choose your destination.
And we're going to be doing the story realm 1. Now I started this but didn't finish it. I was trying to so that we could do the story realm 2 because there are some limitations in this first realm here. But I played this one first and then I did this one. And I didn't quite get through it so that we could do the second one. So we're going to go ahead and start with this. There is some cool story stuff to it. So there's a few unfortunate aspects with us starting on this realm, and I'll explain them here in a minute. We're going to play on the normal difficulty.
He said, I know strategy games.
So these are the realm traits, and one of these is the issue I was mentioning. So this one here, mana resource nodes and pickups are abundant. It's because it's one of the early maps. So a little bit easier, but this is one of the issues here. Uninhabitable underground. So this is a really interesting part of the game. They have a whole underground level that is underneath the main level. And so on the locations where you have the massive underground, the entire level is basically double the size because everything underneath it is playable.
That's cool.
So I haven't got to play in the underground all that much because these earlier levels don't really allow you to. So I wanted to get another level so that we could have a larger underground. But unfortunately, we'll have this really small one. And then there's also the ancient ruins.
Your journey starts
so,
here.
Like most strategy games, you have these, pre-created races that you can pick. And they're going to fit up to what you'd expect.
Kitties.
Yeah, like you have,
Wow, I've never
you got
seen
your
anyone
humans,
make goblins look
your
so
feudal
cool.
humans, you got your magical elves, the Bloodfang Orcs, mountain dwarfs. So very standard fare here, right? And what were you saying? The goblins?
Yeah, I was saying I've never seen anyone make goblins look so cool.
Yeah, the goblins are pretty cool. You got the rodents, so some rats here. And these ones are locked for the other reason why I didn't want to play this this first story mission is because they don't have a champion leader. Instead, they have I forget what it's called, like Wizard King leader. And so because of that, you can't be a Wizard King in this first level. And so you can't be any of these Wizard King ones.
Oh.
Yeah, they have,
Mole?
Yes, they have the moles as well. We'll take a look at all the species here
So cute.
in a minute. You got your dark elves. You got all your little interesting different types of species here. Toads. And you got some
Skellies.
Deathbringers. So you can just pick one of these if you don't feel like, jumping into creating one of your own factions. But what's really cool is that they have this option available. You don't have to pick one of these. You can create your own faction, and this is probably one of the coolest faction creating systems I've seen in any strategy game, maybe ever. I think it might even better than Stellaris, which I really like creating my countries in Stellaris, my empires in Stellaris, and this one is really cool. So we're going to do that, but before we do, let me just show you the two that I did those two maps with. So I have my Praetorian character, Bear Praetorian.
He looks like you.
Yeah. And so this was feudal human race, that's what I called it. They're strong and adaptable, and they're imperialists and great builders. Essentially, they're very much focused on keeping stable cities and building up the empire, very much focused on defense on the actual battlefields. And so it ended up being pretty cool because you'd think they're just humans, it's going to be really lame. But we ended up getting stuff like, we had like gargoyles and golems and like cool rock magic and, you know, all kinds of really interesting things you might not expect. And then of course, you know, you have your starting race, but then you'll get a bunch of other different races to play with when you vassalize other species, and then you'll get like all kinds of animals that you can recruit. There's a lot of variety that you'll have. If you guys remember in Planetfall, that game kind of featured the same thing. I tried to make them look like me as much as I could.
I mean, even the nose is right.
Yeah. Spent far too much time on this, guys. And then this is the other one. I wanted something very different. So these are like a dark elf type. And they're basically focused on necromancy. And so I had like skeletons and these big old giant crab skeleton things. And, you know, I could bring back heroes from the dead. So like he had this rival that he defeated and killed, and then I rose her up from the dead and made her serve me.
That's not nice.
As a skelly. And she even looks like a little skelly or whatever, a little zombie like skelly. And she has like special abilities because she's undead.
They've got cool ponies.
Yeah, they're evil, and you know, they're elves. And so you can create some very different species here. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that now. And what we're going to do is Jynx is kind of going to do a little bit of the selection here, making some of the choices. So I wanted to show all the different species. We got humans, elves, orcs, the dwarfs, halflings, goblins, felines. And the reason why they're kind of ghosty looking is because you get to change the way they look. We got the rats, toads, and the moles.
Just love the moles.
Yeah, I like their face.
But I think I want to go with orcs.
So you want to go orcs?
Because orc chicks are hot.
Orcs are cool. So this is interesting because I just played as orcs in my Stellaris series. We were space orcs. So after you've decided which one you want, you can stick with the current body traits and mind traits, but you don't have to. So basically, these are just cosmetic if you change the body and mind traits. As far as the body trait, I don't know, I kind of feel like strong's good for orcs, right?
Yeah.
You could also go with, I did want to show these. I guess this would make sense for orcs too, you know, they heal faster. Or maybe hardy, so you have more health points. I'll show some of the different options here. And you can change what your mounts might be. You can already change your mounts, but this gives you bonuses on top of changing them.
I want to be an orc on a unicorn. But yeah, strong makes more sense.
So yeah, they'll do more damage with melee and physical ranged attacks. And then we have our mind trait, which they have it as ferocious, meaning they'll do a lot more damage for retaliation and opportunity attacks. Sometimes those will be difficult to fire. Basically, the retaliation attacks, those will fire if somebody attacks you, then you can attack them back, but not if they charged you first. Certain units can charge and then you don't get to use it. And opportunity attacks is only if they try and retreat from you, which isn't very often. So basically, it's useful for retaliation, but I think we might want to change this. I don't know, go through these, see the different options.
Well, we're not going to be elusive, that's for sure.
Wouldn't make much sense. Tenacious might be nice. Damage penalties from casualties are halved.
They never give up.
Yeah, so could go for that one. Ferocious is good too, though, so if you want that one. And these are just making them better on certain terrain.
We could go with tenacious.
You want to go with tenacious? Okay, so we'll get that one. All right, so then we just go ahead and select them, move to the next selection, which is our culture. So this pretty much decides what your species looks like, particularly with their clothes. And there's no changing this. Or I haven't gotten far enough to see it change anyways. So basically this is your clothes for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also has a bunch of really important modifiers. So like feudal, they get, they're better with food, with their structures that produce food. They have the stand together, which is really helpful. You get 2 units next to each other and they do more damage. And then this feudal lords here, these are like extra character traits that are basically like titles that they can have. So you can only give one of each title out to a character, Lord of War, Lord of Crop, so on. And they're pretty helpful. You got the High, which are kind of like elves, I guess.
Well, that does look good on Orcs.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Makes them look kind of dwarvish.
A little bit. Then you got Barbarian. Probably.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, kind of makes the most sense. You got Industrious.
Well, I guess that one really makes them look like dwarves.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of the Dwarven one. You got the Dark one.
Well, that's kind of disappointing. You could have done something cooler with the Orcs.
Well, you when you make your character, you'll have a lot more options. And there's some cool stuff. I was a little disappointed with some of the options for Dark. They could have done a lot more cooler stuff, I feel. And then the Mystic.
Well, I want to be a ghost.
So...
yeah, I would probably go with Barbarian.
Barbarian?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing to pay attention to is you'll see these little icons on the side here. Those are the affinities. So that yellow one is order. They're basically kind of like the ideology. We'll look more at those once we get in the game. The green one is nature. This one here, I forgot what they call it. But it's basically like industrious. Kind of like industrial stuff. And that's shadow. And I don't remember the name of that, but it's magic ones. And then this one that we have is chaos. So we got chaos and nature, 1 point in each. Now, I'll show you why, but I think you shouldn't get all of one. Because I think you want to spread it out at least a little bit. Now, here's our society traits. These give you 2 effects. First of all, they're going to increase your affinity, as you see. They each are associated with an affinity. And then they also give you different bonuses. Now, I don't think we want order for our chaos orcs. So we're not going to go with any of these ones. But yeah, we're probably not going to focus on magic much either.
No, we just want to attack people.
So these are the 3 chaos options.
Ruthlessly.
So we got the Prolific Swarmers. So the cities, we never did take a look at what our culture was going to grant us, did we?
What is their origin?
My bad, guys. We'll just take a peek at that real quick. So we're going to get better food and draft income from structures. We'll have the Primal Strike. So first melee attack that hits in battle deals an additional 8+ light damage. And then the Ritual of Alacrity, which is any barbarian outposts or cities, we can activate this ability. Removes exhausted from forced march, restores hit points and move points. Seems pretty useful. Keeps you on the go, basically, as you'd expect from a horde. So looking at the abilities of Swarmer, so our cities will grow faster. They won't require as much food. Our tier 1 units will become tier 2 units. Well, that's interesting. And then non-magic origin units will require less unit upkeep. We also start with 1 extra tier 1 unit.
Well, that one's useful.
Yeah, I might want to get that. Ritual Cannibals. Cannibals is not exactly the best term because you're not, restricted to eating other orcs in this case. You can eat any corpses. So units gain the corpse eating.
Orcs would be gross.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be very tasty. And you get the -10 evil alignment. So it makes you more evil, as you'd expect. So yeah, that would be one option. I don't know. I mean, orcs, I guess, do eat
stuff.
Yeah, so you could go with that option. And then you got the Ruthless Raiders. And I feel like this really fits the orcs, honestly.
Yeah.
They murder without remorse.
Going to be doing some raiding.
More interested in loot and plunder than right or wrong.
I love loot and plunder.
So this also gets you the -10 alignment. It's very much an evil one. And then the nearest city owned gains 3+ gold and 3+ draft. So draft is the points you use to recruit units. Because one of the interesting things they did in this game is they separated the production for buildings and units. And so what buildings you produce with the typical production, while units are produced with draft. So yeah, we'll get the draft and gold for every unit we kill. So that's pretty powerful. You also get 2 random hero units in the beginning of the game. So we could go with that one. And this one if you want to go all chaos.
Yeah, I like the raider one.
All right, we'll just go ahead and pick the Raider one because I think that's fitting. Here's some other options. I don't know if any of these going to fit Orcs. This is the nature ones. And then I think we should go down this route eventually to increase the defense of our Orcs and to kind of spread out our affinity points a little bit so we can get other, other bonuses. But I don't know that any of these fit the Orcs.
Yeah, they don't really seem to.
And this is the shadow ones. So yeah, do you just want to go for just really all in on the chaos?
All chaos.
So yeah, we'll do the Prolific Swarmers.
Choose your first.
All right, so this is where we pick our Tome of Magic, our starting one. You'll get many of them, but you only start with one. And so the small minor effect you get from this is that it's going to increase your chaos affinity, or whichever affinity the tome is associated with. So you get 2 more points. You look up at the top left corner of the screen. We have 5 chaos and 1 nature currently. And then you also start with these bonuses here. And then these all need to be researched. So this is basically, it's not just magic, it's like your tech as well. And so you'll research these using knowledge. So we got the Tomb of the Horde. This is one of the chaos ones. Turns your cheapest units into large deadly armies. Specialize in summoning and buffing tier 1 units.
Dogs. I want a warhound.
Yeah, I guess it gets you the Hound Master. So you can summon warhounds. So these are the minor race transformation. These are how you change your species or your race or whatever. So you can change them in some dramatic ways sometimes. This makes them smaller and more numerous. I don't think that's very fitting for our
Yeah, I
Orcs.
don't want tiny orcs.
But you don't have to do them.
Oh, I would like one tiny orc.
I think you'd have to apply them to all your Orcs.
Oh,
But what I'm
yeah,
saying
that would be
is
cool.
you don't have to research it. And if you do research it, you don't actually have to do the spell.
Oh, I see.
And then when you get that, you don't have to do it to the Orcs. You could do it to a different species.
Oh, make them tiny.
Yeah, make them tiny and more numerous.
Make little
So,
kitties.
Goblins.
Or,
Some of you
yeah.
guys who watched the Stellaris series, y'all see what we did with our goblin species there.
What'd you do to them?
Nothing. They were just, they're goblins.
Just gobbies.
Yeah. We can also summon irregulars. Okay, so this is a spell that will summon a unit for us. Blaze of the Horde, so some fire damage. And strengthen our tier 1 units. So very much a specialization on those tier 1 units, it seems. And then you start with a special province improvement and a hero skill that you can get, which also increases the strength of tier 1 units. So very much focus on those low level units. The other chaos option,
Oh, wow, that was just for that one
tome.
book?
Yeah. And so this would be the other one. Now remember, you have to research these, so you don't actually start with all these.
Oh, okay, I see.
You only start with these ones on the side here.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, this is fire abilities, which would be cool, because I assume we'll want to get this eventually and get some orc battle mages. It won't be a focus, I think, of our campaign if we're going to do an orc, barbarian one. But yeah, why would we not want to have some fire abilities? And the magic's really powerful
Fire
in this
is
game.
cool.
So might want to get this eventually. I don't know if we'd want to start with it. This is another one I could see maybe getting. This is how you get those gargoyles.
Oh, yeah, because I was about to say, I don't really care for rocks or rock abilities, but gargoyles are awesome.
And then you can do the Earthkin, and you get rocks on your skin. So it increases defense. When you're on rocky terrain, you blend in. You can hide on rocky terrain, and you're faster while going across rocky terrain.
Have you seen those people who do the camouflage paint? They paint
Yes.
themselves and
Yes,
then
I've
lie
seen
down
it.
on some rocks.
Yeah, and they look just like it. You can't even see
They're
them.
crazy. I don't know how you paint yourself like that.
So eventually I could see maybe going for something like this. Probably not the one we want to start with. These are the nature ones. I guess this would be cool too. Jinx likes animals.
Yeah. What kind of wild animal do you summon?
It's
any animal?
Yeah, you don't know what it's going to be. Yeah, when you summon them.
Oh, depends on the type of terrain.
Yeah. And you can get all different types of critters, only for that battle, though.
Oh, I see.
I think... I'm not sure about this one. I know the power that these wild speakers get, the conjure animal, that one's just for the battle. This might be something different, though. This might be one you do on the world map. That's what it looks like. So yeah, these are the animal abilities. So that'd be interesting, I suppose. I don't know if it's fitting for orcs exactly, but... Or the one that we want to start with. Probably not want to start with these ones.
Yeah.
This is more like a wood elf type thing. And I don't like how the two order ones, at least the tier 1, because these are not all the tombs in the game. These are just the tier 1 tombs. There's a ton of them. I don't like how they both are, religious minded. Just because you do the order doesn't mean you want to do the religion, but yeah, that's your only options in the beginning at least. This is, as you'd expect, necromancy. That's that bone golem. He's pretty cool. He's like a big old crab-like guy with a cage on his back.
Made of a bunch of bones.
Yeah. You can actually make them out of 2 skeleton units. Oh, it says right there. But this adds in the soul mechanic. So that's pretty cool. And this is like frost powers. So here's the lightning powers, which are pretty good. I like the lightning powers. Pretty solid. And these are the buffs. So just use magic to improve your people. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
The horde?
Yeah, I'm thinking the horde. I could also see the fire one, but I think the horde is more fitting.
I can see getting the fire one like down the road. I don't know if it makes sense to start with that since we're not really focused on magic.
Yeah.
I could also see doing the rock one. Or even the beast. But yeah, I guess we'll start with the horde, guys.
At least with the horde, you eventually get the hound master.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice to have the hound master. Jinx wants a warhound, guys. We'll try and get that first if it's an option. Because you can't just pick whatever one you get. They give you like 3 options of what you're going to research. All right, so we'll get that one.
What is your ruler's...
And normally you get a choice here. As you see, it's not giving us a choice. It's because we're starting with that story mission. So we can only be a champion. We cannot be one of those wizard kings or again, whatever they're called. So we'll be the champion.
Reveal yourself.
And now we have to actually design our character and our race.
There are a hell of a lot of choices for everything.
Yes. Again, it's a really good faction customization system. I really like it. Okay, so we need to pick which weapon we're going to use. So this is the axe and shield. And it gives you the vigor skill as well, so increasing your maximum hit points. And you can have a mount, which we don't have to have that wolf. I'll show you how we can change that in a minute. But yeah, we can start with a mount. Or we can use a great axe, and we can't have a mount.
Oh, because I was originally going to say the great axe, but I want a mount.
It increases your melee damage. We'll get the fighting instead of the extra health. So basically this one's focused more on offense, while the axe and shield are focused more on defense, as you'd expect. But if you want to mount, we can't have the great axe. There's also the bow. No orc are going to use a stinking bow. The blight staff or the orb. These are all magical ones.
Yeah, I guess we'll do the axe and shield.
Okay, we'll do the axe and shield then. Can be a lady or a dude. Male or female.
I feel like we should be a dude.
Okay. And then this is where you pick how large you are. It's kind of fat.
Chubby.
Yeah. It seems like, yeah, you get, like when you get to the highest level, that yeah, you're definitely putting on more fat than muscle. Now, this is not the height. Use the leg length for the height.
Oh, wow. He can be big.
He should be big, right? He's a orc.
Yeah.
And then you can increase his
freakishly long arms.
Freakishly long arms. Okay, we'll do that. And then maybe, I don't know, like that.
Yeah, that one
not quite
would be
as
good.
Yeah, like level 3.
Not all the chunk.
Yeah.
Just a lot of it.
Yeah, just a little bit of chunk there. Pick a skin colors, what kind of orcs we're going to be.
Ew. People-y orcs are gross.
Yeah, red orcs. You just want to be old standard green orcs?
Yeah. Like the deeper green.
This one?
Yeah.
Or this one?
Oh, that one.
Yeah, we'll go with that one. So we can have skin decorations. Let's first pick. Let's go with the default one. Let's get all the clothes
I was going to say, how do we get naked?
Yeah, so we can kind of pick how we want to look here.
Oh, well, he's very self-conscious.
Alright, so we want to take our helmet off. We'll take the cape off as well. Did you want to pick the outfit? And start with that?
Sure.
Okay, so this is one outfit.
As a Texas-sized belt buckle.
And remember, we'll also have the different capes and stuff that we can put on.
Okay.
So the fact that his whole chest is hanging out here, it probably won't look like that when we're done. Or that one. I don't really like that one.
Yeah. I guess the middle one, that one.
You like this one?
Yeah, that other one is just too damn much.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
That's gaudy.
So there's only 3 here. It depends on what you pick. Some of the cultures have more choices. Like one of them had like 5 or 6. The dark one I think has 4. But again, you can kind of change it up a lot with all the different options they give you. Alright, so let's go up to the skin decorations now. Or maybe the head first. Let's zoom in and take a look at what our orc looks like. Just go through these and pick the one you like best.
I like the last one.
This one? Why? Because his teeth aren't hanging out?
Yeah.
That one looks like a dog.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm. A bulldog or something.
I could also see going with that guy too. The tusky guy.
Yeah, have those tusks hanging out.
I don't know. I feel like maybe we do need tusks.
Yeah, they might not respect us. The other orcs
No.
might.
I'm like, you got some humie in you.
Yeah. Maybe that one?
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
He doesn't look quite as mean as this guy. You want that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we can do eye color while we're over here.
Gold.
A really blue, red. That one.
Oh, the purple's nice.
You want this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll have like a kind of purplish color to his eyes. I guess we'll do the hairstyle as well. He'd just be a bald orc. Long hair that he's super proud of. Mohawk.
I do dig the mohawk.
We'll change the color of the hair as well. So that's one of the options. Got this one.
I like the mohawk.
Or this one. Mohawk. Okay. And then you have the 2 different parts of the hair. So the top and the bottom. So you can kind of layer the colors a bit. I don't know, what are you thinking?
Black's fine.
You can see if we had like the black, there's like a little bit difference there. And here's what it would look like if we flip-flop those. See a little bit of green in there.
Yeah, that one's nice. We could go with that one.
You want this one?
Yeah.
Okay. And apparently they can have beards too. I guess that makes sense.
Oh, we definitely need
You gotta
a beard.
have a beard, right?
That one's cool. I feel like this that one might intimidate dudes, so
This one?
yeah. We could go with that one.
Yeah, I think I like that one the best.
We'll put
This one probably
bells
looks the
in it.
closest to mine. It's not mine's not quite as long as that, but I'm getting there.
Yours isn't like wavy either.
Yeah, it's not. Alright, so we're going with that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so then we'll do the skin decorations.
Oh wow.
He's like fully painted.
That's cool. I'm digging the gold.
Some red.
Red's kind of neat. Looks like you're splattered in blood.
Mm-hmm.
Blue's cool too, though. I like the gold. I definitely like the gold.
Which
That one's nice and subtle.
Yeah, the other ones are kind of like you're barely even.
A bit much.
Yeah. Yeah, these ones like you're barely even a green orc anymore
True.
because you're covered in it. But yeah, whichever one you
Yeah, I
want.
like that subtle gold one.
There's also this one here, but it's not subtle.
Yeah.
So this one?
Yeah, that one's nice.
Okay. Although he's got it on his eyes in a weird way.
He's wearing eyeshadow. He looks fabulous.
Okay, that's what you want, Jinx. And then we'll back up for the pose. I guess we should keep it on this until we get his clothing, the rest of his clothing on. And then we'll go back to the pose. This is gonna be the whole episode, by the way, guys.
Just us making our
Just
stuff.
making our character. So I guess we'll do the cape next. They got this cool cape.
Oh, I love me a good cape.
You got this one. Just adds like an extra horn on there.
More horns.
You got this one here. That's a big old skull right there.
I do like skulls.
There's typically a lot of cape options. It's really where you get a lot of the variants. Got a regular old
Simple
cape. Got this one and the last one.
I like the giant skull.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with
Very
that one.
orcish.
And then last, helmet. But you wouldn't be able to see your mohawk anymore.
Oh, yeah.
This one negative.
I feel like it really clashes with our skull.
We don't have to put a helmet on. Or you could go where you get something like this where you can see the mohawk. Something smaller. Like a crown.
Oh, we need the bear head.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, well, we need that.
Yeah. Y'all know I like bears. So we'll go with that one.
Yeah.
You want to keep the cape as is?
No. Oh, that one. The one, yeah.
This
That
one?
frames it nicely.
Yeah, I suppose that one's pretty cool.
Oh, no, the one with the skulls on the chest. That one.
You want this one?
Yes.
Final answer?
Yes, final answer.
Oh, that one's weird. That one's pretty cool too with the...
Your chest is too naked. Your nipples are going to get
True.
cold.
Nothing to defend us. So you wanted the skulls... Oh, did I pass it?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, this one right here. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
it?
cool.
Okay. And we can also change the color of the armor. So we wanted like... I don't think he's wearing much armor.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't...
don't think it's having any effect here because yeah, he normally would change your... Oh, it's just really changing
okay.
his belt up. So what color you want?
Black.
Alright, so we got the black. I think the last thing to do is the pose. Now that we know what he's going to look like here. So that's him with his weapons.
Okay.
Probably not the most fitting for him.
Got your Superman pose.
Yeah, you got this kind of like sneaky,
Sneaky guy.
very holy one.
Magic-y guy. Just,
Angry.
casual. Slightly angry.
And the regular.
Just whatever's.
And this one, he's got
Sure.
his fist going.
Yeah, he's got the one fist.
He's going to punch
You
you at
gotta
any
watch
minute.
him.
Alright, so I think that's everything, right? Now we can go to our race. Oh no, we didn't pick our banner yet. So which color do you want for our banner? The background there. Green, like orc?
I don't know. The white was alright.
The white?
Yeah, we'll get that dirty.
There's not a lot of
Yeah, there's
colors within
really
here.
not.
So like if we wanted green for the...
Yeah, I like the dark green for that.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you want to leave the white?
Yeah, I don't know what else we would pick. Well, I guess purple or blue.
The colors that are available here is based on the background you pick. So if you pick
Oh,
black,
I
you have
see.
even less backgrounds. So it's really based on what color you want here. So like if we had like a green background, then we'd have different colors here.
Yeah, we can do the dark green background with the white.
The white icon,
Yeah.
like that. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of
Oh,
icons. So I personally like the axe here. But Jinx wants one of the skulls. So we're going to go with which skull? That one or that one? I feel like these are more like Necromancer, but
I've got skulls on my necklace.
that's true. So which one you want?
You can go with the axes.
You can go whichever one you want.
That's cool. Axes are cool.
That's what it looked like with the skull. That skull. If we went with this skull, it'd look like that.
I don't like that one.
And the axes would look like this.
Yeah, the axes are fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the penguin.
Or the penguin. Alright, so now we gotta do our race. Not as many options for the race, obviously.
We want them big.
Yeah, they should be not fat, but big. And long arms, tall. We want them to be the same color as us, right? So that's the, yeah.
They could be slightly lighter than us.
Slightly lighter. They're just not as
we
cool.
got that deep green.
Yeah, that's
It's
why we're
just
the
like
leader.
You want to make its babies.
So which armor color you want? Just black?
Black.
Okay, so we'll go with black armor. Hair color, I guess black, right?
Black.
And then this is where we get to pick our mounts.
Oh, okay.
And this would also change the mount for our guy. So you can have these white horses, which doesn't make any sense for the
That
orcs.
looks like they didn't finish coloring them.
They do look kind of strange, yeah. You got the piggies.
I like the piggies.
You got wolves. You got whatever these things are.
Slightly smaller kitty wolf looking thingies.
You got the brown horses.
Nay.
And then you got ponies.
Aw. Well, I want either piggies or tiny ponies.
So for our orcs, what are we getting?
I feel like pigs.
We should get pigs?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we'll have a pig as well, since we have a mount.
I feel bad for them, but...
Alright, so I think we're good to go.
3 hours
Yeah,
later.
good God, that took a lot longer than I was expecting.
Begins.
So what should our title be? Warlord?
Oh, no. Yeah, okay. So there's choices.
Yeah. You can pick it yourself.
You can name yourself.
Yeah, you can name your title. You can change all this too. Like we could change his look later in the game if we wanted to. So Jynx came up with this all on her own. So she decided to call it Praetorian Bonebreaker. I was suggesting Grok, since Grok was the name of our first leader on Stellaris.
I mean, that's a good, strong orc name, too.
And so Bonebreaker, she has as our last name, and then our race name is Ursine Orcs, which is like Russian for bear, right?
Yeah, Ursula is. I think.
Yeah, it's not exact, obviously.
Bear orcs.
Now you can randomize all these, and then the lock lets you say, I don't want this to be randomized. So once you've already got a name for something, you just lock it, and you can randomize the rest if you need help with some name suggestions. So glory to Warlord Praetorian Bonebreaker, champion of our kind. He'll bring a new age of prosperity to the Ursine Orcs. This tells you all about our species here. We're strong, we're muscular. It's just based on all of our... Yeah, it's based on all our little stats here that we just set up, and that's it. You're ready.
So muscly.
Mm-hmm. So it took most of the episode.
It was the time when the raw forces of magic returned to Athla. The seal that had protected the world was shattered. The cosmic currents thereby unleashed shaped the land, changing what was, whilst returning what once may have been. In the wake of this new genesis, the great empires of the Third Age fell into decline, bringing on an era of re-exploration and expansion. Alas, the time for peaceful discovery was brief, for the ancient wizards of the Second Age broke free from their eldritch prisons in the depths of the astral sea. Their strength regained, they set out to rule over the surviving peoples as God Kings, or Godir. There was little divine about them. Yaka, Nimue, Carissa, a pantheon of pretender gods. They were scarred, corrupted, haunted by millennia of torment, and ready to unleash their newfound powers against whoever dared stand in their way. Yet the wizard kings were not unchallenged. Mortal champions rose to the defense of their people, rebuilding their realms and learning to channel the currents of magic. This is the story of one such champion. While traveling through the Valley of Wonders in search of a new home, tragedy befell his tribe, its elder slain by a magical being. After inheriting both the elder's throne and his powerful tome of magic, the young champion had to rise up and protect his people from the dangers that awaited.
Alright, so we are finally in the game, guys. That's Praetorian Bonebreaker. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop in. This is the two things we started out with. So we have the Song of the Reckless. So this allows us for 3 turns. You target friendly units and they become berserk. That's interesting.
Get wild.
Yeah, they become uncontrollable and always attack the closest enemy targets. That means we won't be able to choose what they do, but they're immune to morale effects. They will even attack their own allies.
Oh, well, that's silly.
Yeah, but they're 30% stronger, basically. So, pretty powerful, but risky. And then you have the Fury of the Horde. I mean, we already seen that ability. So that's our starting magic. Long have the Ursine Orcs wandered Athla as exiles. O Warlord Praetorian Bonebreaker, by leading them to this valley, you have returned to them their hope. The proud city of North Peak represents a new beginning for your people. They're eager to stride beyond the city gates and claim the surrounding land as their own. To expand your domain, hunt down the creature near North Peak and grow new population to place your first farm. So these are objectives: to slay these 3 units and then to build a farm improvement. So that's our first mission here.
I just want to see some orcs do some farming.
So I feel like
feeding chickens.
I feel like we need to rename the city, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to name it. It's not even on a peak. I mean, it's not even on a mountain here. We're in the middle of the forest.
Yeah. How about Darkwood?
Darkwood? Sure. Orcwood. Alright, so we'll change the city name here. And we can always change it later again if we don't want to keep it named this. Oops. There we go. Alright. So change the name. We need to get something constructing. These are the different buildings that we have as options. And there's a really interesting mechanic here where you boost the production of buildings. And so you'll see at the bottom there where it tells you what you have to do to boost it. So we have to have a forester here. These are all like different like districts, so to speak. If you're thinking civilization, it'd be called districts. They're called, I think, province improvements in this one. That's a quarry, forester. The vendor would be boosted to build a farm, so on. So a lot of times you want to wait to get something until you boosted it, if possible. Obviously, right now we have to pick something. I think focusing on boosting food would be really useful, so we grow quicker. So let's get the storehouse.
And orcs like to eat.
Orcs love to eat. Facts.
Snacks are life.
And so, as I was saying, there's 2 different values here. You know, you have the food for growing your population, the production for building city structures, constructing buildings, the draft, which is used for the units. Then, you know, we got gold, mana, knowledge, and Imperium, which is the most important of your values of your different currencies. And it's the most difficult to get anyway. So yeah, we can recruit units at the same time that we can produce buildings. This is something I hope all these type of games add, because I hate that, you know, how you're like, do I want to build a unit right now when I really need these buildings? And then you got to stop all unit production. You can focus on buildings, or, you know, stop all building production. You know, it's really nice not having to come to that decision. So we have 3 choices here. We should probably take a look at what we currently got. We have a full army. All right, so here's Praetorian Bonebreaker. He started with those. He should start with 2 extra equipment. So here's our weapon, or a Barbarian axe.
Okay.
We don't have any armor or helmets or anything like that. Here's our boar.
He doesn't have a name?
No, we don't get the name.
That's criminal.
There's our industrious shield. It looks like we only have 1 artifact that we started with. The Orb of Seeing. 3+ vision range and sensing range. It's not even that great.
Well, I'm going to call her Piggy Babe.
Yeah, I thought they said we were going to get...
2 items?
Yeah, 2 items. Yeah, we didn't get 2 items. Alright, so these are our different modifiers affecting us. So that's Praetorian. Then we have the War Shaman. So he's a support unit. He's got that Poison Blast. We can take a look at them all in here. So that's what he looks like. He's a tier 2 unit. It's pretty cool. And then we have our shield unit here. The warrior. Pretty standard guy.
He looks like a fun guy to have a drink with.
There's the primal strikes that he's got. And these are all the bonuses we get from our race. We got another warrior. And then we have 2 sunders, which are skirmishers.
Got some ladies.
Yeah, we have 2 of them.
Look at those biceps. Those are ridiculous.
Orcs are powerful, Jynx. And then they're slippery, so they do not allow the opportunity attack. And then they're also swift, so they ignore the effects of terrain when they're in combat.
Why are they slippery?
They oil themselves up before combat, Jynx.
I'm sure. It's for wrestling.
All the skirmisher units start with the swift and slippery. So yeah, that's our current army, guys. Okay. So what options do we have for recruiting? Probably not much at this point. Yeah. The Pathfinder is a scout unit. We should get another scout. Yeah, let's get one more scout. You do start with a scout. And gold primarily is used for hurrying production in this game. Whether it's hurrying the production of a unit or hurrying the production of a building. And the more production you have, the more left to get it finished is the expense of it. So we could hurry that just to get another population if we wanted to. Be a possibility. Yeah, let's go ahead and start scouting with the scout. We'll go down south since our main army will be going north. I picked up that gold. All right, excellent. Looks like we got something over here as well. There's little pickups you can get. But most of them have an army on top of them you got to defeat to get them. Oh. So unfortunately, the scouts usually can't get them.
Like the goody huts?
Yeah. So this is the army we have to defeat. We couldn't do it this turn. This is what they currently got on. It's a river troll, a crow, and a spider.
How do we get a crow?
You can get a lot of these type of units. If you see it in the game, there typically is a way to recruit it. And so yeah, you can always look at him this way and what abilities they have and stuff. He's a big guy. And trolls have all the effects you'd expect them to have, like being able to heal themselves. Fire stops that, so on, so on. Here's your crows. And then the spiders.
I would just go around trying to get all of the people.
There's an ability that you can get. Well, I'll show you guys when we look at the affinity stuff. There's an ability you can get that allows you to, every time you defeat, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's like every time you defeat a army of animals, you get to recruit one of them or something like that.
Well, that'd be cool.
So since we can't go all the way over there and attack them this turn, let's just go get this here, which is a mana stash. There goes some mana here. And then we need to set our arcane research. So this allows us to select which one of those abilities that we had in the beginning to go ahead and start researching. And we already know Jynx wants the Houndmaster.
Yes.
These are all going to take 4 turns, by the way. But yeah, we're going to get the Houndmaster. That's what Jynx wants. All right, so I think that's the end of our first turn. But before we do that, I wanted to show you guys the affinities. Empire progression. That's where it's at. Oh, we can't click on it yet. Okay, so they don't want us to see it yet. It's a secret.
They're like, just do what we told you, please.
Alright, so you want to read Mending the Schism?
Following up on a long debate, one of the war shamans from Darkwood approaches you, eager to speak. As you know, my warlord, not all of us Ursine Orcs had the wisdom to follow your lead to Darkwood. Some became fearful of the magic that the Elder passed on to you, our warlord. They stayed with Jenna Skull Torture to found Wundar on their own.
So will you seek out an ally with Windheart to reunite the Ursine Orcs?
Yes.
So basically we've had a split here. This is part of the story mission here in this first story quest, or first story campaign. And so we can seek to ally with them, or we can just straight up try and conquer them, which is an evil alignment, and gives us draft, which will basically instantly recruit that Pathfinder we're getting, but would lower the relation. So it's the 2 different directions you want to go. Do you want to try to peacefully annex them, vassalize them, and then annex them? Or do you just want to conquer them?
I don't know.
And if you just conquer them, then you get this bonus here, the race relation. So all cities that race will receive a temporary city stability bonus. So that would give us extra stability. And then there's a mystery bonus that we don't get until we complete the objective. So we don't know what it is, obviously. Hence the word mystery. So what do you want to do, Jinx? What do you think?
Jeez, I don't know. Because, like, what kind of orc parents name their kid Jenna?
Yeah, she doesn't
I feel
sound...
like she was bullied growing up, so she's got to be pretty tough.
So she doesn't sound very orcish. She's this chiefess here.
But she does like to torch skulls, so
Yep.
I feel like we could be friends.
We could also just attack her, wipe her out. Whichever one you want to go with. You want to try and vassalize her?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll accept the quest. And that should have marked... Yeah, she's down here.
Oh, she's got a nice place.
So that's her. So not that far away from us.
Her tower is bigger than ours.
So basically, can we contact her? Yeah, so what we want to do...
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's her. Oh, Jinx already wants to marry her. Alright, so what we want to do is give her a Whispering Stone. So essentially the only way to increase your allegiance with any of these, free cities is by giving them a Whispering Stone, which you only start with one, but you can get more later. And so we'd want to give this to them, and then once we do...
And it says, I think you're great.
Yeah, it whispers to them how beautiful we find Jenna to be. Like, I hate your name. We can fix that. If we get her under us, then we can rename her.
Oh, okay.
We can actually change her entire
That'll
look.
be Jinxie.
She can be Jinx.
Okay.
Yeah, we can change her
Getting
whole...
married.
We can change her whole look. You can customize her if you
Oh,
want.
that's awesome.
So yeah, this is where we have to get to do the objective. I'm not entirely sure. I think we need to get him as a full vassal. So essentially, when you get this meter done all the way through here, I think we have her as neutral right now. I'm trying to... It's making it difficult here. Here we go. Pact of Cooperation. Those are the bonuses for that. That's when we'll be able to start trading with them. And they'll open borders. And then you get the Pact of Loyalty. And you get those bonuses. And then you get the vassalage. And then once you get the vassalage, then there's a whole nother meter to fill up before you'll be able to annex them. So essentially, to get the next level, moving around on this can be a pain, by the way. So you can see we're getting +1 because they're respectful. And so it looks like... Are we at war or something? Yeah, it says we're not going to be neutral until 3 turns, so... We got a ways to go, basically, guys.
The message hasn't gotten to her
No,
yet.
she doesn't know.
You need to send her a portrait of your piggy.
I bet you're going to say a portrait or something else. I was like, everybody knows dick pics don't work, Jinx. Nobody wants to see those.
That's why you gotta send a picture of your piggy.
Of Babe.
She will love to see your piggy.
Alright, so we're going to do this battle, guys. And we will fight it since it's our first battle. I do very liberally use the auto combat. Because there's a lot of fighting in this game, and going down and fighting each one takes a while. So like a battle like this where we have a clear advantage, I would definitely use the auto combat. But since it's our first battle, we haven't seen the combat yet, we're going to go down onto the tactical battle map and fight it out. We'll do the manual combat.
And everyone will die.
Well, these trolls can be kind of tricky. So the defender always goes first.
Trolls be like that sometimes.
So I've never played this, race, obviously, so it's much different than the other races I designed. So I'm going to have to get used to how they fight. They have the shield bash, and we didn't bother to look at all their abilities and stuff either. Luckily, you can just click on any of them and get into that same screen, which is pretty helpful. So yeah, we have the shield bash with these guys. They'll become stunned. I don't think I've ever had with that with any of my guys. Alright, so we'll just move up as far as we can. We're not going to be able to attack them. And then we want to go into that defensive mode. This is the shield wall. Increase in defense, resistance. You'll be immune to flanking, because flanking is a part of the game. And all adjacent friendly units get defense as well. So it's very beneficial to put your units next to each other. So we're going to want these guys to stay together rather than go all far away.
Shield wall.
Yeah, and you can see they're getting that shield wall bonus now. You can also move your units. I can't move those guys. Like reposition the direction they're facing. When they're in the shield wall, it's not an issue. But yeah, it can become an issue later. Alright, so we're going to put him You'll notice that there's an exclamation point right here. That tells us that there's something about the train that you could note. In this case, he could become obscured. 50% harder to hit with ranged attacks. So the terrain does have an effect on combat, as you'd expect it to.
We're not ranged anyway.
All right,
We're here to break bones.
Well, this protects you against range.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can go here. I don't know if they even have any ranged units. They don't even have any ranged
They got
units.
birds. They're going to poop on you.
We're just going to go next to him to get into the shield wall. But I wanted to show that direction changing, so you can see we could change direction here. So we went to the defense mode, shield wall. And then these guys are our ranged units, so we do have ranged units.
I forgot about the ladies.
Alright, so let's put the shaman behind these. So the support units give better bonuses. Also, looks like we can invigorate. That heals and strengthens them. Also gives them the regeneration. Strengthening would be useful. I don't know how long it lasts though, so let's wait to use that. But yeah, they can do the warding, so that improves all the units around them. So we'll do that in a minute. Let's move all these units here. Those are our javelins. We can also attack with melee though. That's good. So we're going to put these ones on the side. And we didn't have to wait to do this. I just liked watching them all get the wording thing. Alright, so that's the end of our turn. Now starting with the second turn is when you can begin to use magic. It's a big part of the game, these spells. Regardless of what type of species you're playing as, what kind of race you're playing as, you'll always have these magical abilities. And so we got the Song of the Reckless, where we can berserk our units. And then we have the Fury of the Horde. So these use those mana. Sometimes they use other things like souls and stuff, but in this case these use the mana. We have 180 mana up there. We brought that from the world map. And then also, you can only use so much per battle. I forgot what it's called, like the combat. I don't remember what it's called, combat something. And so this uses 15 and this uses 10, and we only have 30. So this would strengthen our units, so we should definitely use it. So we want to use this on all tier 1 units. So now they'll do more damage.
Nice.
So you want to use that spell usually first. So let's go ahead and bring the melee units in. See how we want to do this. Probably go here. And we're going to move them in, but not attack just yet. Here. And then he's going to flank. He's going to go over here.
He's going to get you.
And he's going to go behind him. But again, we're not going to attack just yet. We want to attack with our ranged units first. So let's go right here. And then we'll want to go ahead and throw our javelin. Let's see which one we want to hit first. So we're going to do much more damage against these guys. Also, you sunder the defense though, so you make them weaker. So let's attack them. I think it makes sense to throw some javelins at some crows.
Or javelins, excuse me.
And then we want to sunder the defense of this guy. Oh, wait a minute. This is the other guy. My bad. So yeah, he can do his poison blast.
Poison.
So yeah, we'll poison. I don't know if they're resistant to that at all.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't trolls drink poison for breakfast?
I'm not entirely sure. It didn't say that they're resistant. He does resist the poison, but he's not like resistant to the damage though. And then we'll want to use our javelins on him. Should have done that first actually, so we could have sundered the defense. Alright, so now we'll do our melee attacks. So he can retaliate, which means he'll get the hit back. So let's go with... Yeah, we're just going to probably focus on taking this guy out. He's big. So yeah, we're now bleeding. Let's attack him here. And then the last one. Wow.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Our hero does barely any damage. He's terrible. Okay, so now their turn.
Well, at least we resisted the poison.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're orcs, so it makes sense we'd resist poison. All of our orcs are bleeding now.
Oh no.
They love it, though. They love to bleed. Maybe I should have took out the weaker units first.
They're being kind of annoying.
Yeah, well, those crows just blinded our orcs, and this orc's
right
about to die
eyes.
here. He's not doing well at
Shaman.
all. All right, so let's strengthen all of our units again. That stacks up to 5 times, so now they're getting a 20% modifier. Only the tier 1 units, of course. And I think we should use our shaman, and that'll further strengthen them.
Invigorate.
So we should use that on all these guys. Probably like that. So that'll heal them, strengthen them, and give them regeneration. Also removed all those negative status effects. So shaman's pretty useful. Alright, so let's go ahead and sunder the defense again of this troll. And hopefully we can kill it, right? Let me see. Yeah, that'll kill him. I'm shocked at how little damage he does. Well, now he's doing better. He's actually getting the flank bonus now. So let's just kill him. There you go, Bone Breaker.
Nice.
So the troll's dead. Okay, so we might not want to strike with this guy because he's pretty weak. And he's going to get the retaliation. We might want to use somebody else to do the first strike here. So yeah, let's do that. Oh, I forgot to throw my javelins with the other guy.
Oh, man. With the ladies.
Yeah, the other ladies here.
The slippery wenches.
Could just do the melee strike. It seems like they do a lot more damage with that. Yeah, we'll just do that.
Yeah, that did a lot more.
Mm-hmm. He didn't sunder the defense, of course, but they did resist the blinding. I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah, we should be able to kill them now. One of them. I guess we'll kill the stronger one. Makes the most sense. Get the spiders out of the way. It's just the crows now. So you see our morale is now increasing. And that'll increase our critical damage. The higher your morale gets. So they get happier as they know they're winning the battle. The undead don't have any morale effects, as you'd expect. Alright, so who's going to get the final kill? Probably should be our hero. Since they all have experience. So level up and all that kind of good stuff.
Ta-da!
We did it!
I smacked it an extra time for good measure.
Alright, so we achieved victory. Didn't lose any units. And we collected... Oh yes, that's right. We get the... So Darkwood gets that extra gold and the extra draft because we have that, the Raiders thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that. And we still have a little bit of movement points. So could go back to heal up, back into our own territory. You do heal faster in your own territory. Outside, you heal a little bit, but it's pretty slow. So go back for now. And then we need to move. I think you can just get that one. Unless it's in the sea. A lot of times you... Oh, we can't even go in the sea. We don't have the skills for that yet. Alrighty, so we've met the Separatist. So we met Jenna Skull Torture, who parted ways with the Ursine Orcs, loyal to her as your tribe entered the Valley of Wonders. So we speak again. Or did you want to do her voice?
Sure. So we speak again, Praetorian Bonebreaker, Jenna Skull Torture says with a stern voice. Remember, we of Woundheart seek no quarrel. It was magic that caused the loss of our homeland, magic that killed the elder of our tribe. When you took up the Elder's Tome, you asked for doom. We keep our distance. Evading all magic will keep us safe.
So we can give Jenna Skull Torture one of our Whispering Stones, which we've already done. So let us begin a diplomatic relationship. And so you can see that we'll get the Pact of Cooperation in 4 turns. Maybe that's what the deal was. Maybe that's why it wasn't going up, is because we
had to meet.
Yeah, we hadn't met her yet. That makes sense. So she already has our Whispering Stone. And we're whispering sweet nothings into her ears.
Like, I like your tusky two-face.
Yeah. Alright, so we've slain those units, but we have not built the farm yet, and that's because they're still waiting to grow. We can use this ability here, which uses your Imperium to gain another population, but we probably want to use that for other things for now, but it is really useful. Later on, we'll probably pop a few pops out with the Imperium, but for right now, we'll just wait. We'll be patient, guys. We can't go ahead and continue moving here, though. So what's there? Something blinking. Probably just units. So let's go this way.
Those battle sheep.
There's a monster den. No. Do they look like battle sheep, Jinx?
Yes, they do.
Look like they're playing with butterflies.
Don't let their fluffy cuteness deceive you.
Alright, so these are the spawner dens. So a lot like the barbarians from Civilization. They spawn units and attack you. But you see it sleeping. So it only starts doing that. It says 9+ turns right now, so it's going to be a while. So they give you time before they start spawning units at you.
Well, that's nice, because the barbarian sure as hell don't.
So this is what we're waiting for, to be able to get the Empire Development skill. So basically, these are all the affinities. So you have your... We'll go through these. So that's the one that I was saying is the Industrious. It's called Materium. I couldn't remember the name of it.
That's a cool name.
So we get no points in this one. So we don't get any of these affinities, any of these abilities. We're getting the most in Chaos, 5 points every turn. And so we've unlocked the first one. And this is what you use your Imperium for. Use your Imperium for a lot of things. Establishing cities, for instance, uses Imperium. And each one of these gets more expensive than the last. So the first one that we unlocked here is the Call of Chaos. And you don't get it until you spend the Imperium. So defeating an infestation grants you a unit based on the infestation defeated. Okay, that's the one I was talking about.
Oh, so if you defeat them, you get one of their units?
Yeah, depending on what type of infestation it is. So if it's an animal infestation, you'll get an animal.
That's cool.
So you get all kinds of cool units. Shadow, we don't get any points in that. Same thing with the Astral, that's a magic one. Order, we don't care about order. And then Nature, we're getting 1. So basically, it's going to take us 8 turns to get the next one, which allows you to found and absorb cities quicker, and newly founded and absorbed cities have 1+ population. So what do you expect for something like Nature? But yeah, there's some pretty cool effects through here. And then you have your core ones, and so this is what everybody gets, and it's like all of your affinity points combined get you these ones. But the first one, the one that's going to let you go on the seas. And so all different types of things here. This is for going in the underground, building roads. This allows you to get more cities. You see up at the top of the screen there, we have a city cap of 3. We have 1 city currently. This allows you to get more cities. And what's important about the city cap is that your hero cap is your city cap, because your heroes serve as your governors. And so like right now, Praetorian is the governor of our throne city, Darkwood. And so if we get another city, we get another hero.
Cool. And we get to customize them too.
Yeah, you can customize all.
Probably off camera.
All your heroes, yeah, because it takes a really long time. Did we want to get that Chaos one? I mean, we're not defeating them yet. I often wait to get them until they're actually going to be beneficial. But that's when I'm playing off camera and I'm actually thinking about all this stuff. We should probably get it because I'll probably forget. So we're going to get this because that's a pretty good one. So we'll get that unlocked. And so basically, as soon as we defeat an infestation, we'll get a unit from it. Alright, so let's get all our units moved. We've got a new scout that we just got. So I guess we'll send him up to the north. See what's up here. Other than sheep. It looks like the mountains are up here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's the end of the map. Okay, so the map ends there. I see. So we might want to go that way instead. Suppose we can uncover whatever's up here.
What are the gold points on the map? Like points of interest or something?
I don't know. Something is being marked here. Yeah. Maybe...
Points of power.
Yeah, different things we can get. Alright, so let's go ahead and keep on moving through here. Just uncovering the terrain. Remnants of a distant pass. So within the depths of the valley, your pathfinder comes across a large area of overgrown ruins. What has now largely been reclaimed by nature must have once been the thriving city of a great civilization. However, a lingering force of bitterness dwells between the peaceful surface. You can sense there are spirits which still begrudge the ancient woe that happened here. The ruins would make for a formidable location to found a city, and let the burdened past make way for a new future. So we received 74 Imperium just for doing this. Just for founding these city ruins. So city ruins can be turned into cities if you have like the right to perks and stuff.
Is that a mole?
Where?
Right there.
Yeah. Jinx saw that mole right in the forest. Got all excited.
You think he'll get offended if I pet him?
I don't know, Jinx. I don't know. But yeah, you can rebuild it. I was thinking with the... when you do the necromancy, you can just form a city there with souls. But yeah, it looks like you can rebuild it with just Imperium. So the events, what's interesting about these, still got a movement point here, is how they are able to like adapt to your situation and your specific species. They're pretty cool the way they did it. We're going to go in here and heal up a little bit. And then we'll just end our turn here. And also work on getting another unit, which we might just pop them out real quick. Although I suppose we don't really have anything exciting here, huh? Yeah, I guess we don't have anything exciting. Maybe we'll just pop this building out then. Yeah, let's get this structure built then. The storehouse. So that we can try and get the population quicker. In fact, you know what? Let's just get the population now. It's only 15. And just ending a turn there. Alright, so this will allow us to get our first province. And it's a lot like Planetfall, but this system is way better than Planetfall. I like it better. It's kind of clear. And so a couple things to look at. There's these improvements. So in this case, you got the gold vein. And no matter what you build there, you get that bonus. Just from getting the province. So the gold vein, we automatically get 10 gold. Just from having it. Over here, we have an iron deposit. So that's going to give us that 10 production.
And that's every turn.
Yeah, every turn. It looks like that's all we have nearby. And then you can pick what you build there, which that's what is showing down at the bottom. So like here you can get a quarry or a forester. And here you can get a farm, a mine, or a quarry. So we have an objective to get a farm. And we can build the farm here. We don't have to build the quarry here. Just because it's a production thing. I like doing that just because it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that seems like a good place for a farm. As well as next to the sheep.
We have pastures, Jinx.
Oh.
We should put the farm here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's the sheep. So we'll get the sheep. So this is really going to boost. And there's only the choice of the farm. There's nothing else here. So we'll get that. And that'll put us at 15 food. And we did complete the objective, if you want to read it for us.
You obtained the land around Darkwood and invoked a spirit of optimism and adventure in your people. They are staging a play that retells the story of how you led the Ursine Orcs to safety, from the death of the Elder to the inherited tome, the schism with Jenna's skull torture, and eventually the founding of Darkwood and the Valley of Wonders. The play in your honor will conclude with a promise for the future. How do you wish it to end?
So regardless, we got some city stability. But yeah, we get to pick how we want it to end, which is just picking what bonus we want. So we want money. For 6 turns, we get 41 gold. Instead, we just get a bunch of food, which would gain us population. This gives us more draft. Or we can get knowledge. I feel like either gold or food. Probably food, right?
Yeah, let's get some food.
Alright, so we'll get the food. And then that gives us another population here. So that we can get the production, the iron deposit. And so when we go there, now we actually have a choice. So we can build a mine. No matter what, we have the iron deposit, so we get the 10 production. So you can build a mine and get the gold, a quarry and get more production, or a farm to get the food. And I'm thinking just make this like a full-on production location. 15 production, so we can build...
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so we can build the structures quicker. So let's go and work on a structure, and now we have boosted these because we have a quarry and we have a farm. And so now they're going to be much quicker to get. And then these are the most important buildings because they give you... This route gives you Imperium. Now this first one doesn't. It's only going to give us 10 gold, but later, the Hall of Wars, I think, will give us Imperium. So pretty important. 10 gold. It'd be 6 turns though. So might not want to work on that yet until we get our production a little bit higher. So let's instead go for one of these 3. Either production, probably not gold, probably not mana either, guys. I think we should do the production. So we'll get that. 3 turns to do a workshop. As our orcs like to work, apparently.
We like to craft things with bones.
Yeah. You see, we're very orderly. Well, not what you'd expect from the orcs.
Yeah, the orcs of chaos.
Yeah. It's very stable, guys.
What kind of orcs are we anyway?
We left this mana stash over here. I
Putting
can't
on
reach
plays,
it. I know.
Raising sheep.
Yeah, not what you'd expect
We're
from these
very
orcs.
cultured.
Mm-hmm.
You
Now,
just don't know what to expect.
Unfortunately, guys, that is going to have to be the end of today's episode. Didn't get as much gameplay as I would have liked. It took forever to create our race, our faction. But it's again, there's a lot to it. And I wanted to make sure I showed all that off because it's kind of the highlight of the game for me.
Yeah.
I really like the faction creation.
I love when games like this give you all kinds of choices and customization so that you can really make it your own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything that I neglected to show here. These are, you can do spells up here as well. On this map, we don't have any of those available. So I'll make sure I showed everything for this first episode here. That's important. Diplomacy, the magic materials, we'll look at that a little bit later. This is where you hire heroes. So these are the ones that would be available. And you can hire one past your hero cap, but they're more expensive if you do so.
Is that my brother, Jerwalk?
Yep. It looks like both of them are.
Oh.
Yeah, they're your siblings. And so because we have our whispering orb there, we can hire their units.
Don't break my heart. My brothers will beat you up.
Yeah, you got two mean looking brothers here. A preacher, and this guy's slick. He's slick with the ladies. You got a specialist engineer who's unaffiliated.
Oh, he's friendly. He looks so friendly.
Yeah.
That's a smile.
And a demolitionist here. Mullah the Dart. So you'll notice that these ones that you hire that are unaffiliated, they start at a level 1. While these ones start at a level 3, your brothers. They're more powerful. So that's the case with these free city ones, they're better. And, these are all orcs, but if we meet another free city, let's say a free city of moles, then we can hire their mole units instead and have a mole leader.
I love it. We need some mole friends.
But yeah, your army will look a lot different as you play. It's not going to be all orcs. You'll get a pretty great variety of units and stuff.
I want to make a faction of moles called the Holy Molies.
Maybe have them living underground and stuff. All right, so yeah, I hope you liked this first episode, found it helpful, see if the game is something you'd be interested in. I'm really liking it so far. Looking forward to continuing the series over this weekend here. But yeah, if you did enjoy this first episode, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. If you're looking for anything to watch, then check out the front page of our channel. We have a ton of different series, and we play a lot of strategy games on the channel. So if you're into strategy games, then you should be able to find something that you'd enjoy. We do play a wide variety of other genres as well, both on the PC and on the PlayStation 5. If you're looking for any links, check out the description of any of our videos. You'll find links to our PayPal, Patreon, and Teespring store if you'd like to help support the channel. You also find a link to our Discord if you'd like to join our community. And finally, you find links to all of our social media if you want to follow us on those. So I do hope to see you guys on episode 2, which will be out tomorrow. And thanks for watching.